What is going on, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy Jacob Daniel, back at it again here at the Speed Codes Podcast. Now, recent news came out that Eric Decker, the former Jets receiver, signed a one-year deal with the Tennessee Titans. Today, we're going to go over what I think that move does as him as a player and his fantasy value. A lot of talk about fantasy football. All right, let's get into it. So a couple weeks ago, the Jets informed Eric Decker that he would either be traded or released. He was released from the team, I think it was 2 Fridays ago or something, I don't know, from when I'm recording this. But they released him. He was in talks with certain teams, and he signed a one-year deal with the Tennessee Titans. Now, the move for Eric Decker as a player, in my opinion, makes him such a better player, almost to his Denver form. He had a great quarterback in Peyton Manning, and I'm not saying Marcus Mariota is on Peyton Manning's level, but it's definitely better than Ryan Fitzpatrick and that horrible Jets line. I mean, just a decent quarterback with a good line giving him time to throw is obviously very good. They didn't have that in the Jets offense in New York. Eric Decker received a lot of targets in New York and is still going to do that here in Tennessee. But I think it's a good move for him as a player. I think he said to reporters that it was a perfect match. It was a match made in heaven, which maybe this might, in my opinion, might be his make or break year for the team if they will re-sign him or not. But we will see how it goes, because obviously they drafted Corey Davis because they needed help at the wide receiver position. And Eric Decker helping out Corey Davis, Rashad Matthews, and all those receivers would be a big help for them. I like this signing. I honestly thought Eric Decker could have a chance to also go to the Baltimore Ravens, as the Ravens signed Jeremy Maclin, and they're kind of short on receivers still, so I thought he might land in Baltimore as well, but that was not the case. Obviously walks in as their number one receiver. Their number one receiver last year was Rashad Matthews. They drafted Corey Davis with the 5th pick in this year's draft. Corey Davis was going to be their number one receiver, and now they have an experienced veteran on their team that will draw a lot of targets and honestly get a lot of yards, in my opinion. Probably out of the slot, out of the outside. Eric Decker can do anything. You know, Eric Decker was still good in New York, but not as good as he was with Denver and a good quarterback. And I think Marcus Mariota is a good quarterback, or on the rise quarterback. So I think this is a good move. For fantasy-wise, I think this moves Eric Decker up on the wide receivers charts, just because Marcus Mariota has fed his number one receiver. And last year it was Rashad Matthews. He kind of exploded around week 5. And I think it'll be the same thing with Eric Decker. He will draw a lot of targets, draw a lot of yards. Obviously, this is a run-first offense, very good offensive line, 2 great running backs in DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry. And I think Derrick Henry's better than DeMarco Murray's better than Derrick Henry, but that's beside the point. Obviously, kind of bumps down Corey Davis, bumps Rashad Matthews down a lot. And I really liked Rashad Matthews. He was on my fantasy team last year, and he did work for me. But Eric Decker, I think it shoots him up the ranks of the wide receivers because, like I said, he will draw targets. Marcus Mariota will definitely throw it to him. Veteran guys, been around the ropes. Good signing for the Tennessee Titans. You know, they were also weak at the wide receiver position, besides Corey Davis, their draft pick, and Rashad Matthews. And Andre Johnson retired last year, so I think this was an overall good signing for Eric Decker. For fantasy owners that have just done the draft in dynasty leagues, it might kind of hurt you if you have Corey Davis, but I think in the long run this is really good for Corey Davis because he has a veteran receiver to learn from. So I still value Corey Davis in dynasty leagues and whatnot, but Eric Decker to the Tennessee Titans, 1-year deal. I like this. I think it'll be good for fantasy owners. He will I don't know what round he'll most likely go in, but he definitely will move up a couple spots in the wide receiver rankings. All right, that's it. Guys, I'd just like to thank everyone that got my last video about Joe Mixon to 1,000 views. I'd like to thank my 14 subscribers. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe. More sports stuff to come, more movie stuff. Guys, just thank you. I'm so grateful for that because it means a lot to me. I never even thought that I would get a video over 100 views, over 200 views. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Best subscribers out there. My name's Jacob Daniel. This has been the Speed Kills Podcast. Peace.